I'd like to introduce the first speaker, Greg Wattier. He's going to talk about the Des Moines Social Club and where we're at in the history of it. And for many of you who might not know, the Des Moines Social Club's mission is to build a community through art. The fire station facility was a logical choice for the variety of programs and patrons. If you can take time when we leave here, just peruse the space and you'll see how beautiful it is. It was a long road to find the permanent home, which is now realized at the rehabilitated Des Moines Fire Station number 1. Greg is one of the founders of Slingshot Architecture, who's been partnering with the Des Moines Social Club to renovate this space. So let's give Greg a big round of applause as our first speaker.
So the Social Club, many of you know, started over on Locust Street and of course moved to Walnut Street and into here. It's been a long history for them, looking at different spaces. They've tried to get in many different locations, and we're very excited they were able to land here at the Des Moines Fire Station. And we'll look in the next few slides here and talk a little bit about why this specific location is so specific. We talked about urban planning. Matt talked about looking out the windows, and it's so exciting to see this fabric, as we call it, urban fabric. It's very strategically located between some other key pieces downtown so that Des Moines becomes more of a walkable community, which we're excited to be part of. One of the things that's unique about this project is it's an historical property. It was designed by a firm named Proudfoot and Bird, and they've done many of the buildings downtown, some of which you see, and so that lent to sort of the credibility of the project, and all of us architects hope someday to be there too. Very exciting. We were able to gather several images that they were taking during the construction of the project. Some of the later ones you'll see have a bit of humor to them. Some of them are more just sort of documentary. And so it was just exciting to see how things were put together, and then just what was around us at the time. There weren't viaducts and parking garages and things. It's very exciting. This is one from the Des Moines Register as it's being built. And you can also see next door, which today I think we call the Look Building, or maybe it has a different name, what that building used to look like as well. This was a PWA project. You've maybe heard of WPA as well, but so it was funded projects through the federal government. On the right and on the bottom are the two slides, 2 stories. Either the owner picked trucks that were too large, or the architects drew a space that was too small. I'll let you decide which was true. I have a particular theory on which was correct. Team, what an amazing group of people, obviously led by Zach, who has a vision like no one I've ever seen. Architects, contractors, Jake, who's a developer. Amazing group of people collaborating together to create what I think is a fantastic space for the community. A lot of time, a lot of effort. One of the things we started with old buildings is you have to understand what floors can hold. It's one thing, this is what's called an assembly space. There's a lot of loading. So before we decide what goes where, one of the first things we do is decide what can the building handle and where can it handle it. Otherwise it becomes very costly and crazy. So we actually like to use our structural engineers very early in the process. Community connection is the key. I so much encourage you guys to come back if you don't come here. It's all about connecting within the spaces, within the building, to different things, going to a theater event, going to classes, doing different things like we're doing tonight. Very excited about where the courtyard's going in that space along the viaduct. Another time, when you have more time than 20 seconds, you can sort of understand the various components within the building. And maybe the spaces are mixed-use spaces. I mean, they, like this space will have many different uses within it. A lot of attention and time spent in terms of deciding how to, what I call, move the chicklets around and decide what spaces work well where. One of the amazing things about the fire station in particular, and the group of people who live here, is that they love their building. And when they decided they wanted to remove doors, remove lights, remove things, they kept them, they stored them, they cataloged them, they organized them. So for us, it was like gold. And so these light fixtures, for instance, some of these are originals. As you go through the building, you'll find others. These are some images we started to create. You'll see several of them coming up to help with the vision. And again, we talked a little bit about the courtyard and what this big concrete wall can do out here in terms of movies and theater events, as well as the viaduct space. got ahead. So the next one is the same sort of concept. We have big visions and big ideas about what can happen. You see the mural down there. We'd love to see pieces of concrete cut out, plantings put in, all sorts of exciting things happening. Zach told me that there's folks that want to have weddings and receptions in that space. I think that's just phenomenally fantastic. The front of the building, it's all about life. Many of you have heard about Malo, the restaurant that's coming, which should just be top notch. Of course, the events in the spaces upstairs. You can see with the image up above, the building was lifeless. No offense to the group that was here before, but now there's an opportunity to really connect. This is an example. Again, it's an image and an idea about it's about milling through the space. If you come here for one activity like tonight, but that you're intrigued and you want to walk around, you want to see other activities, you want to see other spaces. That's the whole idea, is that different people with different ideas meet and mingle. This is an example of where the culinary space may be going. That's this space here, looking at some different ideas. They're looking to partner with DMAC and do some really exciting things. I'm excited for them. The image up above on the left is about the windows and the restored windows and the process that went through to keep those. Just some more images, the same sort of thing as before. Just excited to show them what spaces could be. And the key with this, unlike what you see in the rendering, is that we call this fabric. The fact that the patches in the ceilings aren't all finished and perfect, the walls are what they are, gives us still a great space. The acoustics are phenomenal. The views are unbelievable. The handball court on the far right, if you get a chance to see that, we were so excited when we went in there the very first time because they had built a lot of stuff in there, but it could be easily removed and it could damage the original hardwood floor, the windows up above. I wanted to play racquetball, just an amazing space. Of course, the theater. You can see the nice big sign by Come and Go and the space they have. Zach had a vision of a 50 by 50 black box theater, and which that meant removing some of the interior bearing walls and making some big design changes. But if you haven't been in there or seen the performance, I have, and it's just an amazing space. I'm excited to see what they do. So in sort of wrapping up, this is just a quick graphic and a few things on the far left. A little bit about us, just sort of shamelessly here, but talking a little bit about how we got here and working with our clients and understanding the meaning of a project. We have to identify what we want to accomplish. We call our pullback, and then we work through momentum when we finish up.